All right. Morning, guys. Oh, exactly the same time as yesterday, 7:22. Welcome back. And we're here. Is it recording the right screen though? Is it recording? Wait. Yeah. We're here. Bro, my pollen allergies killing me. But I try to do my best to try to stay as active as possible, not to let it completely kill me, so to say. But yeah, bit bit shitty. So we've got to deal with it anyway, right? For today, I had the idea just to follow my note. I have this little sticky note paper which has been on my um desk for about a year and a half now, and it's still alive. And it basically is the way I look at the market and the way I break down my charts. And we're gonna follow that today because a simplified breakdown is easier. So we're gonna start top down again because this is now getting interesting, especially if you look at a weekly candle already. But you know that we have this, and the first point is our structure and ranges. So we have a bearish most major structure, and inside that last range, we tap into the premium, into that key level, and we're looking at lower pricing. Then zooming into the daily, we have a yellow structure and a dark blue structure. Actually, this one already as well, but mainly the yellow structure and the dark blue structure. The yellow one is bullish. We are above old high. So in terms of structure, we are bullish. In terms of where we are in the range, we are above old high. So we're looking at lower pricing. We're looking at this kind of pricing to then go along. Then in terms of that blue structure, we are bearish. We tapped into premium. So in looking at the range, where are we in the range? We tapped into the premium. We're looking at lower pricing as well. Why? We want to form a lower low. So all three structures are already aligned. Then zooming in further, we have our dark green structure, which is bullish at the moment. Um, where are we in the last range? We are inside the premium area. We are above, oh, sorry, we're above all highs. So we're looking at lower. Oh, this is annoying. Yeah. We're looking at lower pricing. Now, this is our most recent range we're working with. So we're looking at, okay, where can we go? I haven't reached back into that discounted pricing as of yet. So we're looking still at lower pricing. Then if we zoom in further, we have more structure levels going on. We have a high, a low, a lower high, and now a lower low. We're building up liquidity to the upside here. But we can see that we started to react from these levels. And what I'm more interested in is this kind of what's going on here. So we have a high, we have a low, lower high, lower low, lower high, lower low, a lower high, a lower low. And then if we zoom in, I think we just took, yeah, perfect. So we have this supply zone there. Go. This can go now. This can go now for me. We do have equals up here. But we have little supplies going on here that just took out the internal range liquidity. Now sweep there. And we can see that this is quite correctional as well. So for today, following those structures and ranges, actually gonna mark it out as well, just so we know. So we have a low that led to what I wait. Let's make this a 1 hour. And let's make it purple. High, a low. We had a lower high, a lower low, a lower high, bullish break, a bearish break, and return to this kind of pricing, a lower low. And just to confirm, we tapped into the premium of that range, create a lower high, and now we're on a way to form a lower low. Now, internal to this range, what do we have? We have Asia highs. We've got Asia lows there. So that forms our sort of liquidity. Oh, this is not enough. This is our 50-minute 15-minute supply zone. And we can work with this right now. And my bias based on these structures I already set. I'm looking at lower pricing. I'm looking at lows. I also said that yesterday I want to see the momentum step in to indicate to us that we are going to continue bearish. And look at this. Look at the news lows. And yes, this candle was finally that strong push, that first strong bearish candle we needed in order to continue further down. So we have this other kind of structure going on as well, where we have this high that led to that low, lower high, and a lower low. But because I feel like we should follow momentum, I don't think price will reach back into that. That's why I marked out that purple structure. And I feel like we are going to move from this supply zone and push further down from there, because we don't want to see price now reach deep premiums anymore. We want to see price either just tap into the premium and go, or not even reach premium, to indicate to us that we have that momentum to the downside. Sorry for my nose. So yeah, liquidity wise though, we have liquidity. If we zoom out again, where do we have liquidity? So we've got, I can't ignore this, we have liquidity building up to the upside, of course, a little bit, but more interested in liquidity down here, liquidity down there, previous weekly lows, previous daily lows. They seem very nice and targets. So yeah, I feel like we can move from this area there. As I said, we have that trendline liquidity. But what I'm gonna do is just remove that for now. I can keep it on. It's not too disturbing. Then we have that structure, and we want to reach at least into the discounted areas of this range, which is 8. So I think that that level there on this candle wick, we could get a potential reaction with a nice imbalance zone here over here. And of course, we have this demand zone with liquidity below it, previous weekly lows above it, or sorry, liquidity above it, previous weekly lows above it. So yeah. In terms of news today, got a lot of news coming up. That's gonna be fun, interesting. So yeah, let's see. Um, yeah, that's about it for EU. So for today, I'm looking at shorts from the supply zone. Other than that, even this range does have a slightly deeper premium, but with that premium comes to equal highs, and I'm not really interested in those equal highs here. So I feel like we should get a move like this and not like that, because then we have previous daily highs in the form of equal highs. So yeah. Also in the 1 hour, we just closed below that wick. So that's good. And the 4 hour just above that rate, but still quite nice moves. Price behavior wise though, if you look at this, every down move here is like this. So correctional, push up, correctional, push up, and this is correctional again. So price behavior wise, we've got to be careful a little bit. But yeah, let's see what this brings. Maybe we get the move, maybe we don't. If we don't, then it doesn't matter, right? So yeah, that's really it for me for EU. So we covered now structures. We covered our bias based on those structures. We covered liquidity. We covered our bias based on liquidity, um, and mainly high, as I said, high time frame liquidity. Looking at these lows here, got some liquidity there. We've got some liquidity there, so that's all good. Then any wicks we were looking at. So looked at those wicks closures. This was not really break, but this was the news low. Took that out, gave a little move up, and now we can continue further down. So ideally, I'm looking at that London turnaround there. That would be the ideal scenario. Um, yeah, that's about it. There are no fake ranges I'm currently looking at. So yeah, that's it for EU for today. Then let's do the same on GU and start with the high time frame. This is looking good. At the same time, it's looking horrible, but so I thought were already ready to move further down, but we weren't. So yesterday we waked up, got back down, gave us a little weak ass break, trickled back up, but really looking at lower pricing for GU as well. This was so correctional. Um, and if you break it down again, GU is a bit more messy though, but we have that same bearish range. We tapped into premium areas, looking at lower pricing based on this range. Then internal to that, we have a bullish range above old highs. So looking at discounted pricing based on that range. Then the thing that doesn't align up with us is that we have this dark blue range. We tapped into, but it's still bullish, and we tapped into discount area. So we're looking at higher pricing based on that range. That's a bit tricky, bit annoying. But then realign with the high time frames again. It's this dark green range and this light blue range as well, because we're looking at lower pricing or discounted pricing on the dark blue range, and we're looking at lower pricing on the dark green or light blue range. Sorry, we're looking at lower pricing on the light blue range because we are above all highs, and we're looking at lower pricing in the dark green range because we achieve premium in the bearish range. So this is the move we're aiming for. Then took a lot of liquidity, got that push up, took the lows. Now a bit tricky, but 3 session highs lining up. Although Asia is a bit far away. I would say this is my Asia high. Just after Asia high, my Asia low. Low, a high, a higher low, a higher high, bearish break. Weak break though, just a wick. Into range liquidity taken. Still something up here, but let's see, push down, not much liquidity to it, but sometimes you don't need liquidity because we already took liquidity from the high. So on the cards, it's not liquidity at the lows. So for GU, pretty much the same as on EU though. Looking at shorts, maybe from above Asia highs. I think this will be quite random move, and especially because of the news, it's formed this way. We might just shoot in a single direction, but let's see what happens there. Yeah. So GU, not really any short areas I'm interested in. but definitely EU is looking good to trade today. We've got news coming out, so got to be careful with that. But let's see. Then DXY into range liquidity taken there. Nice, finally. Told you so. And I feel like we can follow this momentum and go slightly deeper now. Although we're building up liquidity here. To now get a bearish candles. Really ugly. I don't think that will happen. Could be, but such a random move. So yeah, what's expected here? Actual greater than forecast. Yeah, right. So it's really moving up. Let's see. But DXY, in terms of where it is right now, we just reached into premium pricing, but I don't feel that's enough because this was only from the news. So I feel like we should get a little bit higher before we move further down. Or we should get the move from here and push upwards, which is looking quite good as well. So to get essentially or eventually get into these areas and then looking for a rollover and dollar weakness, which will happen probably next year somewhere. So yeah, that's what I'm looking at for today. If you got any questions, let me know. And I'll catch you guys later. Peace out.